Crack-a-lackin', people. Okay, welcome everybody back to Close Up Coffee and Art in the Morning. We are close up on Trippy. Trippy's my tripod's name. I named him Trippy. He's a new tripod that has these kind of legs. And so I'm using him so that when we do close up coloring, that we can get like right up close and personal. So yeah, it's a little movement going on in these videos that I'm using him, but that way you can get right up on a nice, crisp, clear um, part of what we're coloring. So we're coloring in Romantic Country, a fantasy coloring book by Eriy. I did a little bit of a flip through in part one. This is part two. And I'm using watercolor in this one and color pencil and maybe marker, maybe just some of the Crayola kids markers that, that's good too. But I am going to test those. I don't think I tested a lot of supplies in this book already, but I don't think I tested the Crayola marker. So I am going to do that here. I got them sitting here. I'm going to make sure that they don't go through. I don't think they will, but I'm going to make sure they don't. So what we did in part one is the clock tower. So I'm going to back up here so you can see. This is not a two-page spread. They're two separate images. And everything that she drew in this book, every page of this, she drew with toothpicks. I read that story at the beginning as well, so I won't repeat it now. But it's all drawn with toothpicks. She said it took her 700 to finish this book. Okay, so we've done a bit of watercolor here, and I did it real modeled like, so it's not, it looks kind of watercolor-esque, modeled like, not a flat color or not a wash and not a flat color. I wanted it to look that way so that when we go in here and shade and things, it's going to have that, still keep that effect. And this is just another style, another medium to use in your color books. We play with them all. Trust me, we play with them all in our color books. But it's always best to test your whatever you're going to use on a back page, or even if there's not a back page on the cover, the inside cover or something, to make sure that it's going to work for you. Because every paper is different. This one has a little bit of a coated feeling to it, and it works great with the watercolor, but some of the other things didn't work as well. Whereas in some books, it just depends. You always want to test it before you just like jump right in and then start coloring with one thing and it doesn't work as well on one book as it does on another, and you're disappointed in your color book. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so now what we're going to do, again, I'm going to try to keep, nice and close up with everything. I'm just going to pick an area to start. Again, we'll probably be here maybe about an hour and a half. We will probably not finish this page. That doesn't bother me. Some pages I will continue to on for many parts, like our Bennett Klein, Oh Dear. We did that in 9 or 10 parts. But for the most part, I try to at least show you the techniques and you can carry on. I'm not going to finish every single color book page that we start on a stream. But I think you get the idea. And for me, the idea is just as important. So move my coffee out of the way. And now I'm going to bring over my markers. And I'm just going to let me go ahead and do a little, let's see. Let's start with color pencil. I want to, I'll just start in an area, or with a color that people say, well, what area do you start with? And how do you pick a color? Well, how I pick colors, okay, so this is my terracotta, and I'm also going to want a brown. How I pick colors is just what I like. Like when we colored this one in, and by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's a live show on Ustream TV, ustream.tv. And with a live audience and a live chat. So I'm talking to live people. It does get chatty. Okay. And so, oh, thanks, Suzanne. So anyway, this is just a watercolor, and it's kind of model looking. It is a little flashed out. Let me try to hold it up for you. So, well, it's wanting to flash out. Might have got it a little, now that the sun's come over the house, it may be a little too light. Let me go ahead and drop the brightness down. There we go. a little truer to color. I try to keep it a true color as much as I can without getting it too dark. And when I put my hand in, it flashes it out some. But anyway, that's a little bit better as far as the color goes. So I just pick colors that I like, and then I kind of try to space them out to give the whole page an overall feel with all the colors. See this one? Oh yeah, I always try to post finished pictures. If y'all don't follow me on Facebook, you don't have to follow me on Facebook, or I don't have to follow you back. I got it too dark, I think. For you to go to my Facebook. I have my portraits, my fan art, my color book pages, my art desk pictures. They're all public. So if I don't follow you or you don't follow me back or whatever, you can still see all that stuff on Facebook. And I do need to do another batch of finished pages. I try to just do them in batches so I'm not constantly, spamming, with a bunch of uploads, but I try to do, 5 or something at a time when I get them together. Or I post them on Twitter as they're done as well. But I will show you, I do go back to, and I got my little pencil sharpeners here. These are my 3 favorite ones, metal ones. These metal ones, and then this is a little comb wood cutter one. But these are my 3 favorite pencil sharpeners. So I'm going to sharpen these 2 browns. So anyway, if y'all have any questions, put them in caps so I know you're talking to me, because the chat rolls by pretty fast. I try to catch any questions you have, but I might miss some. So, okay, so what I want to do is those colors, and I might need a little bit of a maroony color. Let's see. The other day I accidentally picked up the purple, and I didn't want the purple. I wanted the maroon. Mahogany red. I think that's the one I want, and I picked up purple last time. Okay, so we'll see how much shading I want to do, how much, as Paula says, throw shade. And I will try to stay right up on it. Hopefully you can see. Can you tell us how to get a good photo of your finished work? I take all my pictures with my phone. I have an iPhone 6P. I take all my pictures now with my phone. Every picture you see taken that I post on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all taken on my iPhone 6P. And good lighting. Okay. All right, so I'm going to start with going around these little screws in the gear. All right, let's see if I can even get a little closer. I'm going to get as close as I can here. That's what I do. I take all my pictures with my phone. Hi, Miss Allie. I just stand up over the piece and take a picture. Takes great pictures. I don't even use my big cameras anymore. I hate to say it, but I don't. I have a nice Canon, and of course I have camcorders. I have lots of cameras, but for streaming we use a webcam, and on Ustream you can't get HD. So even though my camera is an HD camera, I should say you can't get HD for free. Let's put it that way. But I love Ustream. I've been on it it'll be 6 years in November, according to Julie Topaz, who checked for me one time. Yeah, I'll be 6 years in November on Ustream. And 2 years, I think 2 years in November on YouTube. Uploading my Ustream videos to YouTube. It'll be 2 years in November. And I think I have close to 500 videos on YouTube now. 500 videos. It's 460, 70, I don't know. It's close to 500. So can you see how we added a little bit of shadow right there on top of the... Have you ever tried those realism challenges? I have Mark Curley's book, the realism book, and I was going to do a challenge out of it. Then we moved on to something else, but I will show that book if I can put my hand right on it when we're done here. I've done some realism other than, I do realistic portraits. I try to do photo. It's not 100% photorealistic, but they're realistic portraits. Y'all seen my portraits, but okay. Let me roll him back here for just a second, because I'm holding the camera down with one hand and coloring with the other. So, hey, Blondie. But I would recommend, if you want to try realism. Well, let me just take a second here, guys. Let me move my camera up here. I don't want him to fall off the table. Hang on. We don't want Trippy to trip. We don't want him to trip up. Let me see if I can put my hand on that Mark Curley book. I'm looking, guys. Hang on. Because I haven't pulled it off the shelf in a while. So I have to really look. Where I might have put him. Oh, and I was going to show you also the Sabrina Ward Harrison books again. Now, let me see. I'm looking for Mark Curley. It might be over here. Hang on, guys. Let me see. I'm looking. Might have to show y'all next time because I'm not putting my hand right on it. Look up on the next shelf. Hang on, guys. Not on that shelf. Where did I put my Mark Curley? It's called the Realism Challenge. Okay. I'm not finding it. Well, I can't find it. I can't put my hand right on it, so we'll have to look at it. Anyway, just look it up online. The Realism Challenge by Mark Curley. So, yeah. Okay, I'm back here, guys. All right, let's see. Yeah. Bye, Paula. Have a good day. I hope your hand's feeling better, too. Paula, I saw what you said about your hand on, what do you call it, your show. So I hope it's better. Okay, let's get back to shading here. So I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of blending. Can you see the difference between that and that right there? Hopefully. Let me sharpen again. You really have to have your pencils real sharp in tiny areas. You know? Hope that one's... Yeah, this one's wanting to break. These are some of my old ones, guys. I need to pull the other ones out, but the new ones, I'm using some of mixed ones of my old ones. Not the barrels, but okay. There we go. So let's get in here with a little bit of shading. See, that's wanting to break. Hopefully all the new ones. Now, of course, I haven't, other than making a chart, I have not used every single one of my new pencils. But so far in the new set, I've not had any of them break. So that's good news. We see the difference quite well. Okay, good. Thanks, Carrie. Um, I try to tell you the numbers of the pencils or the names, but a lot of times they're sharpened past it. This one's, I just told you all the names of these, I think. Mahogany, mahogany red, terracotta, and the dark brown, which is sharpened off, so I can't tell you a number. But yeah, so those are the colors that I'm using right now. I don't know if that helps, but that's the colors I'm using. So I want to at least get one gear. Let me resharpen this pencil, guys. I want to at least get like one gear done, you know. Yeah, I answered it, Miss Allie, I think, unless she asked another one on the number pencils. On the color names. Yeah. Let's make sure that's going to stay. Post the pencil numbers? No, I can't do that. I can't do that and do this, guys. I can't post the pencil numbers while I'm doing this. Chat's barely working for me as it is. I can't do that. Sorry. I'll tell you the number. I'll tell you the colors and the numbers, but I'm not going to post them. Just go around and kind of blend it out carefully, kind of like that. But you can still see the watercolor modeled bits, right? I hope. See, let's get right up on it. See? Like that. There might be a little shadow under his little cleaning uh, mop thing that he's, you know, dusting with, his little duster. Yeah, those are the colors I'm using right now. Those three. Okay, go around the edge. Just soften it. That. Just gives it a little bit more depth, right? Can you see that one from this one? Okay. And just kind of take my time, even though, guys, I tell y'all all the time, I go a little faster on stream than I do like when I'm just coloring by myself. I take my time, you know, I just meander, I'm not in any hurry. But, you know, here I'm trying to get as much done as I can so that y'all can see as much done as possible. Okay, I'm thinking, what color do I want those little screws? Do I want them blue? That would be a good contrast because I'm trying to stick with these colors, right? Trying to stick with these colors. All right, so let's see here. do I want? Let me do a little paper test over here to see what color. Yeah, it started with watercolors, guys. All right, that color. Let's see what else. Is that one dark enough? Yeah, these two, I think. Okay, so let me sharpen. I gotta stand trippy up here. Sharpen a couple more. Yeah, we're coloring. If y'all missed, we're coloring in the romantic is it romantic country? Romantic country. Yeah, romantic country. And this is all watercolor except for where you see the shading, and that's what we're starting to work on now. Okay, so now I'm going to take, let's see, this is some kind of aqua. I can't tell the number because it's sharpened off. And this one is my barrel, which is in here. And I thought it felt a little extra weighty. One of my old barrel ones, as opposed to the Premier. And it's called, what is that called? It's called True Green, but it's really kind of an aqua, light aqua color. Even though it's called True Green, but it's the old barrel. Hugging. See the word barrel right there? Yeah, those are the best. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to just do a light coat, very light with that green. And I could have done this part with watercolor too, but I just chose to do some in color pencil so you can see a little bit of both. Okay, so I'm just putting a light coat over all the little screws in this gear, and I'll do the big one here too. Okay, I know it's real pale. It's real pale to start with. I know, right, Blondie? Now I'm going to take the darker aqua and do the shading. And I'll go back and blend a little more with the light one again. Hope y'all can see. I think I might need to darken it again. The light changes in my room when the sun goes over the top of the house. So I'm constantly having to, kind of switch up the lighting manually. Okay, so let's go ahead and just blend with the light green. This has been, the True Green's been disconnected. Discontinued. Yeah, this one's True Green 910. I think that's what you mean. Yeah. I did not know that. Because, yeah, it's not really a true green. It's kind of an aqua. It's not like true green, like grass green is what I think of true green, Christmas green. This is not that. It's called True Green, but it's an aqua. It's aqua. Okay, so back to the dark. Now I'm going to go over each one of the little screws just along the little line there. Let's get right up on it there. Hear my little leg, my little hear my little tripod leg squeaking. He's squeaky. Just going across the little part that you would use a flathead screwdriver in. Yeah, disconnected pencil. Yeah. Oh, we've been online too long, haven't we? Okay, that's enough. Just to have a little bit of the blue in there. Now I'm going to take let's see what color, maybe a peach color. Let's test it. Let's see if a peach will give us a nice highlight on the other side. Yeah, that'll work. Just a touch. I just want the little screws. Let me get right up on one here. Let's try it over here. I just want a little bit of highlight on the back side. It's very subtle. I don't want it white. I don't want a white highlight. I just want a little bit of a just a little bit of, sorry guys, I froze for a second. I just want the back side of the screw here just to have a little lighter bit. So I'm just using a flesh color, peach, I think, light peach. Yeah, light peach. Do you ever use crayons like Crayola crayons? I have boxes of those just for sniffing. But I do want to do a Crayola challenge. I do. I want to use Crayola crayons. I did test them in this book, and they don't work good on this book. They're too waxy for this book. For this paper in this book, they're too waxy. They don't. It doesn't work well. The place that a Crayola crayon is going to work well in a color book is one that's a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more tooth already. I don't know. But yeah, I said that last week or Saturday, or whatever day it was, that I want to try to use Crayola crayons in a book. Not on a regular basis. I can tell you that's not happening. But I will do some. I love my color pencils, guys. All right, so now I'm going back to the sienna, and I'm just going to get like a little bit more shadow right on this gear here, right along the edge. Yeah, Crayolas are for sniffing. Sister woman gave me a box and put a note on it. I've shown it to you before. She bought me a small box and put a note on it for travel, emergency, color books, color sniffing. She put a tag on it. I left the tag on. So cute. All right, so I'm just kind of blending that out a little. Then I think I'll go in with the dark brown just right at the base here. Just darken up that shadow just a little bit more. Let me go back to the sienna and kind of blend that out. Yes. Hey, Trina, just for sniffing. Okay, now I think I'll go back to the dark brown and just add a touch, just the smallest little touch of dark brown under. And just make it pop just a tiny bit more. That one I forgot the blue line on. There we go. Okay, now let's go in with the green. So I need an olive green and a gray green. A gray green. This one is warm gray, 70%. Can't tell you the number. And an olive green. I'm just digging in my color book. This is not my new set, my nice new set that I use more for portraits. This is my set that I just have sitting here for color books. But I'm looking for my olive green. Oh, there it is. I think that's it. Is that gray too? Yeah, that's the same gray green. Where's my olive green? Ah, here we go. I just want an olive green. Okay, there we go. Those two. Okay. All right, let me move my little legs out again so I can use two hands. It takes me two hands to sharpen a pencil, so I have to set Trippy down while I'm sharpening. So I don't know if this is helpful to you guys or inspiring to you guys, but it's fun. But it's fun. Yeah, I don't do that. Kayla, I skip all around in my books. That's just me. I know some people don't like to skip around, but I do. I think it just depends on what you like. I find I get more done if I move around in the book. When you go front to back, you feel obligated, and then you come to a page you don't like, so you don't do it, or you just do it because you have to do it because it's the next page. No, not for me. I want to skip around and do whatever page I want to do. All right, so now I've got in between those. Now I'm going to come out and on one side of each of those gears. I hope you can see. Hey, woolly girl. And technically, they should change sides as far as the shadow goes, or the light's hitting them and all. It would reverse itself going around the wheel. But there we go. Now I'm going to take the olive green and kind of blend that out just the slightest bit. Just the slightest bit. And again, you see how tiny of an area you have working there. Thanks, Vicky S. Oops. Let's resharpen. And this pencil is almost ready for a pencil holder. So small. Down to a nub. Down to a nub. Try to keep my hand out of the way. Let's see if we can. That's the benefit of having them on a tripod and right up on it, is you can move it any angle so that you can see. Okay, going back to the gray green, or the gray, 70% warm gray, which looks like a green. Because I want these tinier bits to be a dark gray or black. So get in there and clean that up with the black. Okay. Let me do a little bit on this one because it might be a little easier to see. You know what I mean, Vern? It might be a little easier to see some of the detail if I do it in here. And again, technically the light's going to switch when you get over on the other side. But I just think that you just want a shadow on each one. Whoops, sorry guys. I smacked little Trippy in the face. Does watercolor grab the color pencil? I don't know if you'd say as well, but it's fine. It doesn't give it as much tooth. It's not as much tooth as the acrylic, but you know, for these tiny little bits like this, you're not going to probably even notice. You know, just depends on what you like to use or what you have. I like acrylic because I have so many colors already ready to go. You know, I had to mix all these. Not that that's a problem really, but you know, like I said, my paint of choice is acrylic, and my favorite coloring thing, you know, thing to color with is color pencils. Yeah, the face plant, you guys, right, Terry? Oh my goodness. Oh, so I'm just putting a little shadow behind each gear, and we'll go in and blend it out. Just trying some different things for you, you know. Try watercolor markers, pencils, pens, watercolor markers, you know, a little bit of everything. The only thing I really don't use is like Copic or alcohol based markers. For one, you really can't do that in a color book unless it's a one sided page, because alcohol markers will go through. Probably every single color book, alcohol based markers. Copics, Prismacolor, alcohol, any alcohol based markers are going to go through. And so, you know, either just get one-sided color books where it doesn't matter if it goes through. Just don't forget to put a back sheet behind it. And then so that's pretty much the only thing. And if you know, you do want to, if you do like Copics and alcohol-based markers, oops, let me get back up here. Then you know, you might just want to make a copy of that page you want to color with your Copics or your alcohol-based markers. Just make a copy of it on, you know, on a cardstock or whatever paper you like to use with your alcohol-based markers. But color books are just not made for it. So I'm just going to do a little shadow right along the outside of this gear too. Just kind of blend it out a little bit, just give it a little bit of shade. And then we'll blend that in with the olive. Do we all have 6 journals we're working on? Oh, at least, Vicki S. At least. At least 6 journals that we work in. When you do a color wash, or like today, watercoloring, you use your prisms for shading. Yeah, no, I don't go over the whole thing. You could, but you know, it's kind of defeating the purpose. You go over the whole thing. That's why I wanted it real modeled looking. I wanted the watercolor to do a modeled look. See how it looks modeled, all that in there? That's from the watercolor effect. Okay, I'm going to come down here because I have to go up here. I mean, you can go over it all if you want, but then you wouldn't need to spend a whole lot of time. It just depends. You know, I hate to say yes, no, because it changes. You know, it changes depending on what you're doing. You know, I might get so into an animal, something I've done an animal wash. I mean, an acrylic wash over an animal. I might get so into it that it may end up getting the whole thing covered up. It may. But that's not what I do when I start out. I mean, I start out wanting it to have a wash so that I can have a base coat already there. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Well, I don't know what everyone's congratulating Sarah on, but congratulations, Sarah. Whatever it is. Oh, whatever it is. All right, so now I'm going to just take my olive green here and blend in some of that gray. I kind of go over it, and like some of the shadows here, just kind of soften them out a little. Hopefully you'll be able to see. And I always try to tell you guys, this is just how I do it, and this is how I'm doing it on this page. I really don't have hard, fast rules for most things. I've just found that certain things work better, you know? But it's not like it's a law. You know what I mean? So when y'all ask me what I think about some, it's what I think about some. It doesn't mean it's the only way or that there's not even a better way. It's just my way. So I just want to make that clear. Oh, someone's sending you a journal. Oh, nice. Getting a journal. So, yay, Sarah. Sarah makes her own journals. And so, Sarah, so funny. Okay, I'm just going to keep working and shading a little bit in between here. Very lightly. But I try to give y'all as many tips as I can. That's what, ideas and tips and things like that. That's, what I like to encourage you guys so you can start something with something or with whatever you have, you know. I tell y'all, I'm not a teacher. I'm not a teacher, guys. Teachers have special skills and qualities. I mean, I know that doesn't mean you can't learn anything. People say, well, yeah, you are a teacher. You're teaching me lots of things. But because you learn something, just, that doesn't mean I'm a teacher. I'm really not, guys. If you watch how a teacher teaches, like Jean's a teacher. I'm a demo girl. Just call me a demo girl. I just do demos. And if you learn something, great, but that's not why I'm here to try to just show you different things and encourage you to do something, to try, to, try things and not to be afraid. You don't need to be afraid of your supplies. you know. Hey cats, anybody else popping in? Well, if you learned something from me, I'm glad, but teachers have unique skills. They really do. Whether they're trained in it or have learned them over the years, teachers have unique skills. Okay, so let's see. I'm liking that, although that's pretty good. I think I forgot to blend in here. Let me go in there. See, in some of these areas, it's all the watercolor is covered up in those tiny areas. That's why I said you don't need to watercolor some of those tiny areas, because if you do any shading, you're going to cover it up. But, or just leave it with the watercolor, washes showing. Teresa. So look at the difference between, say, this gear and that gear that have the same colors. Although I did kind of sloppy that one up, but we can fix it with the lines with pencil. So you can see that's just with the watercolor, and that's with the watercolor and the color pencil. And you can even go in here with the dark, let's go with the dark brown just even a little bit more in the corners here. So you can even add extra depth. So like right in the corners here, even in these little corners, you can get in there and get even more depth. Just depends on how much time you want to spend on it, guys. Again, we don't spend a full amount of time rarely unless we plan on multiple parts, but I want y'all to get the idea. I don't have to color every single one of these for you to know how I'm going to color all of them. You see how I'm doing it. So it's the idea that I'm trying to get across here. Because we rarely have time this is already going into the third, we'll be into 3 hours here shortly just on this one page, you know? Just, and I try to hurry as it is. And then if you see an area that looks too harsh, like the lines may not, like right here. See how that doesn't look very real blended right there? No, I got more brown pencils, Jean. I got more pencils. God, just because I'm using a nub doesn't mean I don't have a replacement. I have a whole new set in the cases. So yeah, I got pencils. I like to use them up. I use them up. So you can see right here where it might have like not a real blend. I might go in there and just kind of very lightly soften that out. And remember, these are kind of like rounded, you know, screws in there. So kind of just imagine how it would look. So you can give it more and more dimension depending on how long you want to take. I can do the stitch. Oh, y'all are talking about something else. You figured I had more, Jean? Yeah. And I did start watching your show from yesterday, Jean, but I fell asleep. I'll watch them later. So can you see how that gives it more depth just with a little bit more? The tiniest bit of shading can give you so much more depth. But it does take practice. I'm not going to lie. It does take practice. Don't use pencil. Yes, I do have pencil extenders. There's one right here. These are just the cheap general ones. Well, National Art and General, I think, are the same company, actually. But yeah, I have pencil extenders. I have the metal ones too, but I don't use the metal ones as much. I like the wood ones because they're light. It's like I just like the lightness of the wood ones. But there's metal ones, and you can get a set of 2 or 3 in a pack. And is there a specific reason you decide whether to shade with darker on the page versus a brown or gray or black? I think it depends on the color. Like this is red, it's a red brown, a sienna brown. So I'm going to use a dark brown because you don't notice it as much. On a green, it's best to use like a gray. I mean, I'm just talking about in a color book. Again, guys, I'm not even talking about portraits here. Okay, portraits are a whole different layering process. Skin has so many colors in it. So when I'm talking about in this case, like what Jean just asked me, is a specific reason I'm going to decide to shade with a darker color or black or brown or gray. In my color book like this, it just depends on the color itself. Okay, I could put black in here too if I want it really, really dark, but it's the dark green. The best way I would tell you guys to practice shading is, let me get a piece of white paper here. The best way to practice shading is just take 3 or 4 colors. Like, let's just go with, where's my dark brown? A dark brown. These are the browns we're using. I think, what do we have here? Dark brown. This may not, it may be too red, but we'll see. And then, just take 3 or 4 colors in the same, brown to tan, or dark blue to light blue, or dark green to light green, and just practice with them. Take your darkest and start, make you a little row of dark brown, then take your sienna or your terracotta and then start blending over that. Start just blending colors together. This is your best way to learn what your colors will do when they're layered. It's hard to tell you this color goes over that, and I'm not just talking to you, Jean. I'm just saying you brought up the topic, so we're going for it, Jean. We're going for the topic. Yeah, your question was for the color book pages, yeah. So then you just start blending, and I'm pushing harder than you should. You should take your time and do this softer. I'm doing it quickly here. But then you can see, you can go back over here with some more dark. And back to your terracotta. And just start, if you do this with all your colors, you will see so many new colors, and you'll see how things blend. And I'm not even really cross hatching or anything. I'm just doing a straight on color wave. This will be your best practice for shading, blending, So my point was in showing you this, Jean, and anybody, is you can just take the darkest thing in that family, take the darkest, and that could be your shadows. And again, you can always, just do, from the darkest and make your own lighter. And this works great with paint, especially, you can overlay paint your washes like we did in the what do you call it, the Imagimorphia, how we would do a wash of acrylic paint, let it dry, or dry it with the heat gun, another wash of the same exact color, and then you've got a darker purple or whatever color, let it dry, go over it again, and that's how watercolorists get darker and darker and darker, is with, you can just use the same color. I mean, you can add other colors too, but you can just use darker and darker and darker layers. You layer your paint, and that's how you can shade with just one color. Okay, let's get back to this. Let's see, what time is it? Because we want to have Miss Jean have time to different on what belongs in each family. Well, then just get all your blues together. Here, or here's all my, get all your greens together, and just go look at your greens and pick the lightest, a medium, and a dark to play with to start. Get all your browns together and just pick a darkest, that's great, the darkest, a medium, and a light. Just do that. Yeah, I do too. I like to have my, have some kind of test paper next to me too, even if I'm digging it out of the garbage can. So anyway, so we can kind of see that. A little bit, compare that to that. All right, so let's just go and we'll do a little bit on the blue here, and then we probably won't have much time past that. Maybe a little bit. Let me straighten up the camera here. And do a little bit of blue and maybe a little bit of the ochre. So this color here, again, we can go in there with the dark brown. And you really need a sharper pencil. My pencil's not as sharp as it should be to get a straight line. See, shading here. It's best if you have nice, sharp pencils. Thanks, Terry. But I don't want to concentrate on the compass rose right now. I want to concentrate on these two colors. All right, so this was kind of a yellow ochre. And again, we did it all kind of mottled looking. I did that on purpose so we could see how the watercolor can affect a background. But let me find a couple colors here. Let me dig. I need a yellow ochre. That might even be enough for right now. Let's just go with that. Okay, so I'm just going to go with the yellow ochre. I think it's, what's it called? I can't see it. It's written in white. Oh, okay. I can't see. It's anyway. It's number 1034. Whatever that is. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I sharpen the other end of a pencil, and sometimes I get down to nubs, and it's hard to tell you what color it is. So you can see we can go all the way around just as a start with just, it doesn't all have to be real dark. It can just be a little bit darker than the, okay, can you kind of see that right there? So you just do that all the way around and also around the compass rose where there would be a shadow. But I want to kind of move on to the blue here is what I really want to get to. But you would go in here on all the areas. Just makes a difference. You wouldn't think that just that little bit of shadow would make a difference, but it does, see? Kind of model it out if you want it to kind of blend out into the mottled. Oops. All right, let's resharpen. Links are open for all your enabling. Terry, Sarah, whoever else is enabling. Trina. Where's Eileen? Links are open for enabling. But to me, color books are just such a great way to practice your colors, your shading, your blending, your color combinations. It's just a great way to practice all of it. Plus, it's fun. It's just fun, but it's great practice too for any of it. And, and for the most part, other than, alcohol-based markers, for the most part, you can practice anything in them. And of course, you can even do alcohol-based markers if you just make a copy of that page and you want to practice, faces or skin or anything like that. You can do that with, just a copy. I think, thank you for helping me get right in my head on how to use a color wash. Well, I just show some demos and hopefully, you get some practice in. But thank you, Orla. Don't know what you're talking. Enabling. Sarah goes, enabling. I know, Terry, right? We have shelves of practice. Okay, now I think this is a peacock peacock green, which is really not, it's kind of more of a teal color, which is going to be what we're going to use on, let me sharpen though. We're going to use on that dark, that teal color. But I think I do need, it's almost time to grab the new one. Where's my new one here? Got another one here. That's dark green. Peacock green is an awesome tealy color. Well, I got another one in, anyway, I got another one in there somewhere. I'm going to try water-based oils. You know, the thing about oils, Heather, I don't know. I mean, you've used enough color books and supplies to know. I don't know. Oil on paper? I don't know. Let us know how that works. To me, that's kind of like the baby oil thing. I know some people can do it well, and some people can use baby oil and Vaseline and different things to blend their pencils with. You have to know what you're doing, otherwise you're going to be leaving oil rings. Not you, Heather, but you know, just in general. I'm speaking in general. You have to know what you're doing with those, especially if you're going to put them in your color book. For one, it might not only leave an oil ring around your area, but it might have oil on the back. Have you ever used oil? I mean, not just used Heather, but anybody. If you've ever tried to put oil paint on paper, and you see how it just leaves an oil ring on the back, that will. That's what I'd be afraid of in a color book, anyway. Oil rings and oil spots. But let us know how it goes. All right, so you can see how it's starting to blend out a little there. Yeah, I know the water-based oils don't smell, but they're still oily. I've done a few. I have a couple of oil paintings in the closet. I'm just not, I don't know, I don't have the patience for it anymore. I've done quite a few, really. I don't know if I still have the picture on my, no, it's probably not on my phone. It might be on my iPad. I was commissioned to do an oil painting of a dog, of a hunting dog. And I'd done some oil painting, but not much. So I took a year-long class of oil painting, so I could do that commission, do it well. Oh, there's my mailman. I bet my jet pens are here. I need to go check my mail. My jet pen order might be here. I'll go out and see here, guys, just a second. I don't know if it's on my iPad. Okay, so can you see how I'm kind of just going around, but I don't want to leave it like an outline. See how it kind of looks like an outline? Everything looks outlined. You want to kind of softly pull that out. Unless sometimes a harsh shadow is necessary. There are times a harsh shadow, especially buildings, you know, anything that's, you know, straight line, very harsh. It does have a harsh shadow. But I don't want harsh shadows on here. So I'm kind of just feathering it out. Feathering it out. What do people use? I don't know. I don't use anything. I don't even use a blending pencil. I've got some, you know, the Prismacolor blending pencils. I don't use anything to blend except pencil. That's just me. I'm not saying it's wrong to use anything, guys. You know, don't think that I'm saying that you can't or shouldn't or whatever. Use anything else. I just don't. I just don't do anything else. I only blend with pencil. Thanks, Silver. So I'm going to take the lighter and just maybe just do a little, I'm going to kind of, not really crosshatch, but kind of do a scribble effect, because I don't want to lose that mottled look of the watercolor. So I'm just going to kind of scumble around. That's scumble, not stumble. See, to keep it looking all modeled like. I don't, well, I don't, if you're not talking about pencils, I'm talking about pencils, Heather. I don't know if I somehow lost track of the conversation. Um, when I'm talking about blending, yeah, color pencil blending. Trust me, I have every brush. Well, not every brush, but I showed y'all on my video the other day, Saturday, when we did the pencils. Whoops. When we did the pencils, pens, and cases and all that. I showed my brushes. I have some brushes that are set aside for oil, brushes that are set aside for watercolor, and then all my regular brushes, all these over here, all those over there, up there. Those are all for just for acrylic painting, because I'm hard on my brushes in acrylic painting. Okay, so you can see from here, this is what I want it to look like all over. And then this is where nothing, no shading. No shade, shading. No shade, shading. No shade, no shade, shading. All right, I'm gonna go down and check my mail, guys. What time is it? We've been in here an hour. I'll stay about 20 more minutes. We'll work on it for about 20 more minutes. I'm leaving a little early today. Jean usually streams at 4. But she needs to stream early today because she has to go do a family get together later. So I said I would just stream till like 12:30 so she can stream. I got other things to do anyway. It doesn't matter to me. But we try to help each other out that way, you know. Yes, light touch is very important. Am I going to do a tea stain wash all over it? No. Why did you think I was going to do that? Did somebody say that? No, I'm not. I'm going to color all this is all going to be colored in. No, I'm not doing a tea stain wash on it. Okay, guys, let me go check my mail and get some more coffee because my throat, I can hear it. It's scratchy. I'll be right back, guys. There's a chipmunk on my porch. I'm going to try to get a picture of it. Okay. Coffee, jet pen order, and I think I got a picture of the chipmunk. Let me see. I had to take it through the glass. You know, I couldn't, if I opened the door, he ran off. So I did give him some water in a little bowl. I keep a bowl of water out there, but I have to be careful because the cat next door will get birds. I have a bird bath, and sometimes that cat sits there, waits on the birds. So let me catch my breath and see about getting this picture. If I could even see the chipmunk in the picture. Let's see. All right, so let me go ahead and crop it down, see if I can get it to show for you guys. And catch my breath because I ran in and out upstairs twice. Okay. All right, let's see. So I can crop it down so you can see it. Let's see if we can crop down our little chipmunk. Like I said, I had to take it through the glass. Oh, there we go. You can see him a little bit. Maybe if I brighten it up a little because it's on the porch. It's pretty dark. Okay, done. All right, let's see. All right. So he's right by the little spout. There he is. Of course, you can't see the color. I mean, on my camera. I mean, on my, yeah, my camera's flashing out the color. But there he is, sitting on my porch. Little chipmunk. Can't see the flash, my lighting out again. All right, I think we'll just take the rest of the time to open my jet pens. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Nothing there. There. And some shading there. All right, so let's bring up the camera here. Hang on, guys. So I can get my light back. So that is what we've done so far in the Romantic Country by Eriy. And this was part 2, guys. Let's see if the light seems okay. All right, so my jet pen order. Sarah here. Sarah's supposed to get her jet pen order in today as well. Okay. Only got a few things, guys. Didn't get a lot. Don't get all excited. Okay. All right, so let's go this way. All right. So I got this case. Remember, I said I want to use this pencil case as a wallet. Something's stuck in there. Hang on, guys. It's like glue in there or something. When I sealed up the bag. Hang on. Let's get everything out. And there's this. Uh-oh, something's missing. Something's missing. I did not get my pencil. Is it in there? Oh, there it is. Okay, look. Stop, look, there's more. Okay, they did that last time. Where's my pencil, lads? There they are. Okay, so I got me 3 new Poscas. Tilt down here. Let's move this. 3 new Posca pens, because I go through these like crazy. So I got 3 of those. I got some more blue lead for my pencil here. See, I've shown this before. My sketching pencil, my 07. Stop, look, more. Let's see, let me get some scissors here. And so I know I ordered some new lead. Got 3 new packs of that. So I got 3 new packs of the lead, the blue lead. You see above. Okay. What's her nickname? CB. Hang on, I got another. I got to toggle, guys, when I see a chat name. Hang on. Okay, so it is just Diane Tierney. Okay. Okay, yeah, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, Diane sent me a beautiful card here. I showed it earlier. She sent me this card and some Star Trek, and I thought it was DeMonte Diane, but it's Diane, another Diane. Nicknames throw me sometimes, guys, if I don't know your nickname. So these are what she sent me. I showed it earlier. Thank you, Diane. Thank you. I'm not going to give those to Hubster. I'm keeping those. So I got 3 more packs. There's 20 leads in each little pack. And you use them a lot. If you sketch a lot, you're going to go through a lot of them. So, yeah, it goes in this pencil here. So I got that. And then I've got some more ink that goes in my Pentel brush pen. These are the cartridges that go in that pen. I already had the pen. I'd already ordered that from Jet Pens some time ago. So it goes in this pen. But since I'm going to be doing Inktober, I wanted to stock up on the cartridges. So yeah, so I got some more cartridges, my Posca pens. And then I got I showed y'all I got I ordered a pencil case because I need a new wallet. And I knew it was going to be a little on the, my wallet's not much different than this size. You know, the leather wallets with the flap, and you got your credit card holders and all that. It never stays closed. It's old. I've had it forever. It's really pretty, but it's like, it doesn't stay closed. It falls open in my purse. I said, I'm going to try one of these pencil cases for a wallet. Pencil closer look, please, with the blue lead. Okay. I get it I got mine at Jet Pens, but you can get them on Amazon. If you go on Amazon, they'll do a 360. You know how Amazon will do this. You know, they'll do one of these, you know, with items. So if you want to see it close up. Now, the one with the blue dots is an 07. The one, I think it's got gray dots, is an 05. So you got to make sure the one you get is the thickness of lead you want to use. 05 was a little too tiny for me, so I got the 07. I can't get it any closer. That's as close as I can get. But let me see if I can. So it's the Graph Gear 1000. Okay, it's by Pentel. It's not going to show up probably. Graph Gear 1000. Okay. See how it's a 7 right there? It's the blue. And these are little rubbery things. They kind of stick up a little bit, and it gives you a grip. So that's about as good as I can get there, Trina. Trina, you'll have to go on Amazon or Jet Pens. Okay, I like the weight of it. It feels good. Okay, so let's open my new wallet. It's really a pencil case, guys. I don't want to knock, trippy over here. And it's from Japan. Let's see what it includes, what it entails. Cut the tag off. See, shows you all the pockets. It's all in Japanese, so, you know. All right, so this is what I want to use for my new wallet. Let's take this. There's a paper inside. I can feel it. So it's hot pink. It looks kind of orangey red on camera, but it's hot pink. So that's one of the things that cameras change is your hot pink. Just like Sherry's card here, that's hot pink. Those are exact same colors right there. But it looks kind of orangey red on camera. Okay, so I'm going to open up and take out the cushioning and the paper out of it. Take out the little, silicone gel thing. What's in this one? It's got more paper in here, I think. No. Oh, okay, it's just puffy. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to give you a little moving option tour. This is what I want to use for a wallet. You know, I don't need all those pockets and slots and all that that a wallet has anymore. So I just want to show you. So this has got a nice big area in here like that. And see, then if I want to go to the store and just take just my wallet, the one I have just doesn't even close. And it's just hard to, this is going to be so much better for me to do. But the weight is carried on the front. Yes, yes, it's carried in this same for this one. The weight is carried here as well, Sarah. Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, I know it's pink, Eileen. So then we got a Velcro thing here. Let's see what we got. We got inside here. So this is where I could keep, you know, credit cards or bank cards or whatever, right? Like in here. Because that Velcro is really secure. I mean, you can hear. That's not like opening by itself, right? So I'll put that. That will be for in there. Thanks. Yeah, well, it's gonna be for my wallet. And then so you got that in there with the little mesh pockets. Something like that. Then you got a little zipper area right here, a tinier zipper area. My phone won't fit in there, but my phone would fit fine in here, you know. Because I have the 6P, so I got to have a big area for my phone. Oh, it's usually in my hand. I rarely put my phone down when I'm anywhere. It's in my hand all the time. So I can, you know, do the whip app and the face plant. And it was cushioned. The face plant was cushioned. I'm going to go to that app. Hang on. Where is it? Where's my app? One moment, please. There's my sketchy. Where is it? Oh, there it is. So y'all know I have a couple of sound effects. Let me readjust his little legs. So I have the whip app. Then we have the Pocket Sitcom. The Pocket Sitcom, which this is my favorite. Let's see, where is it? Let's go to the next row. Oops, let me turn it back up. This is fun to do in the store when you're behind somebody. Just walk up behind them and do this. And then just look around like, where's that coming from? And there's all kinds of sound effects. Anyway, it's called the Pocket Sitcom. It's free. You can always buy add-ons, but trust me, it's got plenty. So anyway, that's what I'm going to use for a wallet instead of the wallet I have that keeps like opening up, and you know, I like it. We'll see how it works out. So yeah, jet pins. And then you got the zipper here. It's pink and gray. It's got the little zipper thing here that you can snap to. Pretty nifty. I think I'm going to like it. Because at least things won't fall out. Do you tape over the rear facing cam? Do I tape over the, oh, on my phone? Nah. Because nobody can see that one. Not when it's facing away from me. Not when it's facing away from me, Carla. Sarah. One of the times I lost my wallet, several store people looking for it. After I searched the truck, no memory of I don't think this would fit in your bra. I don't know, maybe it would. Yeah, I have a wallet and a big bag purse. I have a big bag purse that I like. But that's why everything falls out of the wallet, because it just doesn't sit flat in a purse. It's like flops around in a bag, right? And it doesn't close. Well, it's just, I just wanted a fresh one. So yeah, I got this one. So anyway, guys, thanks for being here for the Romantic Country coloring book, and I'll upload these to YouTube. Y'all have any questions or anything? Any questions? No? No questions? Yes questions? So I appreciate everybody being here. Yeah, I love my jet pens. I didn't get this one today, but I'm going to use a lot of it for Inktober. And I showed y'all my Inktober starter. Is anybody here did not see my Inktober starting book, what I'm going to be doing Inktober in? I showed it on Saturday, but not everybody was probably here. Do y'all want to see? Yes, it's a Graph Gear 1000. 07. It's a 7. See the 7 right there? Different leads fit different pens. Did y'all see the Inktober start setup, what I'm going to do? Thanks, CB. Yeah, I'm going to, or I'll show y'all real quick here. As long as I don't do a face plant. Okay, so I just have a pen and ink pad here. It's just one of these. This is what I'm going to use. Let me hang on, guys. I got to bring y'all back up a little here. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do my pen and ink drawings in. Okay, it is 11 by 8.5 by 11. All right, I have to come over here to turn around. So also, I haven't done any inking obviously in it. I'm going to at least wait till the end of September to do this. I've sketched out my, there's my ink, there's going to be my cover page. There's going to be a cover page. You can see I signed it on the side. It's going to say Inktober 2016. It's just penciled in, right? Just, it's just penciled in. So what I did with every page, I did a little, and Jean goes, "Did you draw all those?" I said, "No, I got a template. Look." So it's just a template, like, oh, that's the wrong one, this one here. It's just a template that I used to draw this space on every page. So I went through the whole book. Even though there's 50 and we only have 31 drawings, I still went ahead and did the whole book because some of the drawings I may want to redo. So I just made a little outline like this on every page. I know the camera's flashing out the white, guys. It is what it is. So anyway, so that. Okay, and then I did that on every page. See? So they're all ready to go. I missed one. They're all ready to go. Not neatly or anything, because I'm going to probably do a sketchy pen mark around it. I'm going to do sketchy pen around it, so it doesn't have to be perfect as far as, the outline. So that's going to be my cover page. And then I started sketching out a couple, because y'all remember I'm doing, reptiles and amphibians. So here's a start. I just sketched out a little frog, and I'm going to have them coming over the edge. See, I'm going to have them coming over the edge. And then like this will all be painted in black with black ink. The background will be all black to make the details of the pen and ink stand out. So I just have them sketched out. There's not a lot of detail because I'm going to do that with pen, but I wanted to have it sketched out, so, a sketch out. Okay. So, yeah. Bye, Terry. Thank you for stopping in. So I just did a couple of them. I got a turtle. See, he's going to be coming out. turtle. I've only done a few. So what I plan on doing, guys, is I'm going to ink as many as I can on camera, and then some I'll sketch and ink, depending on the time, depending on how much time we have. I'm going to do a close-up of a lizard eye or an iguana eye. Here's another one with the frog. See how his hand's going to come over the edge? What else do I have in here? And then I have another, like, what are those called? Not iguanas, but those, dragon things, This one has more detail than probably any of them. So, yeah. And then the backgrounds are all going to be black to make it real dramatic. Real dramatic. So, so that's all I got sketched out. I want to, like I said, I want to sketch some on camera, some I'll ink on camera, some I might do both, and I'm going to try to do a video I don't know, I'd like to do one every day, but obviously I can't stream one every day, but I'll probably just record one every day. Last year I think I recorded like 10 of them, and here's I keep them in this other book here. I showed, if y'all have not done an Inktober, I'll show you real quick before we go what I did last year. So it's in my big sketchbook here. So here's the ones that I did last year. And I took them out of the sketchbook. I took them out of the sketchbook and just taped them in this book. Last year I did sea creatures. Let me lay it down. It's probably be easier for me to pick up, so like here, see the crab? These are the ones we did last year. And I'll probably do another little video of just these before Inktober comes up, So I did anything sea related. So this one goes this way. That's kelp. Kelp right there. And over here, the SpongeBob and Patrick. You're welcome, Trina. Thanks for being here. And over here's a jellyfish. Sand dollars. Angelfish kissing. Coral. Pufferfish. A shipwreck. Stingray. A moray eel. A wave. Thanks, guys. A pier. I forget what this was. I want to say amoeba, but that's not what it is. A lighthouse. This one goes this way. A little, what do you call it? Yeah, A school of fish. One of those dragon fish. We have these at the Atlanta Aquarium. Cameron and I drew, I don't know how many of these. These are really awesome to draw. I forget what this one's called. I have the names all written down, guys. I can't remember what that was. I want to say, what's that one called? Anyway, I forget. They all have different names, and I remembered them at the time. And the ship's wheel. And the last one was the lanternfish. Yeah. So those are all the ink drawings that I did last year. Oh, that's 31 of them. And I just put them in my big freestyle really big notebook because I kept losing them. Yeah. So anyway, that's it guys. Thanks for hanging out all this time. Cuttlefish. Yeah, that was a cuttlefish. Yeah. The one with those like tentacle things. Yeah. Cuttlefish. Thanks, guys. Again, I have them all written down, but I didn't have them on there, on that page. So, so this year I want to do reptiles and amphibians. That's the plan. So I got my pen at the ready. Oh, I'll show you one more thing. Well, nah, I'm more running out of time, I think. I was going to show you the different inks I use because I have all different kinds. The backgrounds that you saw that were all solid black, I just use a brush, a brush, not a brush pen, a brush, a, brush. Good grief. I use a brush and ink to paint those backgrounds rather than using a brush pen to fill in a whole background and just use up your brush pen. You might as well just paint it in with ink, right? You lost your really, how did you lose your really big notebook? Oh my gosh. How did you do that? Oh my gosh. I don't even know how that's possible. Okay, guys. So we'll see you later. Have a good day. And I plan on streaming on Wednesday. Things happen, but that's my plan. And we'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.